How many decisions do you think you make in a single day? Hundreds? Thousands? Research suggests the average person makes over 35,000 decisions daily. And here's the kicker. Most of them are automatic, shaped by habits, environment, and systems we don't even realize we've built.
That's wild. When you think about it, most of those decisions probably feel insignificant, but they add up. They shape everything. Your time, your energy, even your identity.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. How to take control of those decisions and design your life intentionally. Because if you're not designing it, you're inheriting it.
Inheriting it from what? Your circumstances, your upbringing?
All of that, your environment, your family, societal expectations, they all play a role. And if you're not careful, you end up living by default, just reacting to what's around you instead of actively shaping your life.
So, let's start with the basics. What does it actually mean to design your life?
It means deciding how you want to live and then aligning your actions, habits, and systems with that vision. It's about clarity, structure, and intentionality. But here's the thing. It's not just about having a plan. It's about building a system that supports the life you want.
That makes sense. But I imagine the first step is figuring out what you actually want, which isn't always easy.
It's not. Most people have never really thought about what they want. They just follow the script that's been handed to them. Get a job, buy a house, retire at 65. But designing your life starts with clarity. You have to step back and ask yourself, what does a good life look like for me?
That's such a powerful question. It forces you to think independently, which can be uncomfortable but also liberating.
Exactly. And once you have that clarity, the next step is structure. Because without structure, even the clearest vision will fall apart.
So, how do you build that structure? Is it about setting goals or creating routines?
It's both, but it's also about systems. For example, if you know what you want, you then decide, how do I spend my time? What do I prioritize? What do I eliminate? Your time should reflect your goals, and your environment should support those goals.
That's interesting. So, it's not just about what you do, it's also about what you don't do.
Exactly. Eliminating distractions is just as important as creating focus. And that's where discipline comes in. Discipline keeps everything consistent. It's the glue that holds the system together.
So, it's not just random effort, it's structured effort.
Right? Random effort leads to random results. Structured effort leads somewhere. But here's where people often go wrong. They try to change everything at once.
Like a full reset?
Exactly. And it doesn't last because it's too much too soon. Real change is built gradually. Instead of redesigning your whole life overnight, you redesign your day.
That feels more manageable. Your life is really just a collection of days, so if you control your days, you control your life.
That's exactly it. And this is where standards come in. Your standards define the level of your system. You can have a system, but if your standards are low, your output will be low.
So, standards elevate the system. And what about identity? How does that fit into all of this?
Identity sustains the system. Once this becomes part of who you are, it's no longer something you have to force. It's just what you do. Your identity shapes your habits, and your habits shape your life.
So, this whole process is layered. Everything builds on top of each other.
Completely. If you want to design your life, you need all of it. Clarity, structure, standards, identity. It's a system, not a single solution.
And that's where people struggle. They look for one quick fix, but it's really about building a system over time.
Exactly. And the biggest shift someone can make is to stop waiting.
Waiting for what?
The right time, the right feeling, the perfect plan. None of that ever comes. You start with what you have and build from there.
So, action comes first. Clarity improves as you move.
Yes. People think they need everything figured out before they start. But they don't. They just need to start.
For someone listening right now who feels like they don't have control, what would you say?
You do have control. You just haven't used it yet. Control starts with decisions. One decision can start the process.
And the first practical step is to take control of one area of your life. Not everything, just one.
Exactly. And then you build from there. This isn't about perfection. It's about direction. Perfection delays action. Direction creates progress.
So, as long as you're moving forward, you're winning.
That's it. It's simple, but it's true. And if we bring this back to the start of the series, it all began with awareness. realizing that no one teaches you this.
Right, and now you have the tools. That's the shift.
Your life is not random. It's built, and you're the one building it, whether you realize it or not.
So the question becomes, are you building it intentionally or by default?
That's the choice. Intentional or reactive. Now people understand the difference.
So what's next?
Now it's about application. Taking everything we've talked about and actually using it.
That's where the real change happens.
Always.